What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 48 of The Climb here with Luzenak. Today, we're back sooner than I planned, and the reason we're back sooner than I planned is because I've got a fire in my belly. I've got a revenge, a score that needs settling against Marseille. They humiliated us last time we met, and you know what? I need revenge. I need revenge, everyone. I am still not over that result. That 6-1 defeat. I've had nightmares about it. But we have found some form as of late. And although we've only played 4 games since you were last here, I want to come back for this one, because this is big. This is personal as far as I'm concerned. As well as this game, we are also going to follow it up with another game against Rem. So a bit of a double header as well. You get 2 for the price of 1. And, well, since you were last here, as I said, we've played 4 games. We've done okay as well. We've not lost in 4 games. Our form looks pretty blooming good, especially when you look at the teams that we've beaten. Yes, the first game that we had after the Bordeaux match was against Lyon, a team who are challenging up there for the title, a team who have caused us problems in the past. They didn't cause us problems today. They did. Okay, it was 3-2. We didn't spank them by any means. We took the lead early in this game through Barry Marsden, who, as you're about to discover, has become Hugo Robert. He's evolved into a Hugo Robert, like a weird Pokemon evolution. So he got us off to a flyer. Then Huskaric got his first ever goal for the club, a huge moment for the Serbian. Unfortunately, not long after that goal, they scored 5 minutes later. Eduard with a looping header over the goalkeeper. 2-1 at the break. You perhaps worry a little that there's a comeback on the cards, especially after that Bordeaux game where we, nearly bottled it. Let's be honest. The good news is we held firm, and while they scored 1 to make it 2-2, we weren't done though. Proper tap-in for him. It wasn't an immense goal. It wasn't a pretty goal. It wasn't a bolt from the blue. It was a tap-in from 6 yards that found the bottom corner, but it got us the win. 3 goals, 3 points, and no Kahinde in sight. He did hit the woodwork for them after about 30 seconds, but he didn't do anything else. So we won. And, you think, we've beaten Bordeaux, we've beaten Lyon. We're now taking on Metz, a team who are behind us in the league, kind of a mid-table competitor, perhaps. This should be an easy win. Absolutely not. I say that. We played pretty well, to be fair. Marsden got us off to a flyer. Another goal. As I said, Hugo Robert, eat your heart out. And, unfortunately for us, we couldn't hold on. Malakar, with one of the few chances Metz had all game, found himself through on goal. A bit of a scrappy goal as the ball was bundled over the line. Tomov, our goalkeeper, the new addition from United, playing in this game with an injury. I do wonder if that played a factor with him conceding, but at the same time, it was only a little knock, and, we had so many chances to win. I'm looking more of our strikers and our lack of finishing, really, in that game. The good news is, there was not a lack of finishing in the very next match. It was against Monaco, who we'd already beaten this season, might I remind you. And, in this game, Benjamin Sesko got us off to a flyer, a goal in the 3rd minute. And, the party started early. Now, I'll be honest, the party didn't last long, because Frimpong scored for them. Made it 1-1. Monaco find their way back into this game. Monaco, a team who have struggled this year. They're kind of very much with us in the top half of the table, battling it out for those European spots. 1-1 at the break. Wasn't very happy, but in the second half, we found a whole new gear. Barry Marsden, you're not watching the same highlight for a 3rd time. He scored the exact same goal again. These near-post corners to his forehead are just working wonders, it turns out, at the moment. That put us 2-1 up, and then kind of the floodgates opened with 15 minutes left. Benjamin Sesko got his 2nd of the game in the 76th minute. Lopez then grabbed a goal. It was in the 88th minute. How many goals has he got this year? I'm going to check. 11 goals in the league. No assists, but he's a shadow striker. So he got a really good goal for us there. And, late on, Sesko with a very, very scrappy goal, but it was for the hat-trick. It did fall to him very fortuitously. I don't give a Scooby-Doo. 5-1 it finished, and a late flurry at the end really made it look perhaps a little more comfortable than it was. But still, it wasn't quite Marseille's drubbing of us, but pretty close. Anyway, the most recent game we had was against Lens, perhaps the easiest of this run of 4 games, and bizarrely, it's the one where I felt like we were given the biggest game. Lopez got us off to a flyer in the 18th minute. Unfortunately, they replied just 8 minutes later. 1-1 at the break it went in, and you felt a little bit disappointed away from home with the recent results. I was expecting us to go and boss this game, and we really didn't do that. In the second half, Kofi got a penalty for us and scored it in the 82nd minute. 8 minutes left, you think, we can't concede again. We absolutely bloody can. Laborde, with his 2nd goal of the match in the 85th minute, made it 2-2. And, 4 games where you would say we've beaten the teams that you wouldn't expect us to beat, but the teams we've drawn against are perhaps the teams we should be, beating. Although I guess we won the home games and drew the away games. By that logic, today we're going to beat Marseille and draw against Rennes. That said, Marseille in 7th and Rennes in 19th. 2 games that I feel like we should at least be getting 4 points from. That is the kind of line in the sand I'm drawing, the target that I am pointing at. In terms of how we look since we last year, of course, 25 games into the season, 13 matches left. We are 2 points behind Nancy, our affiliate, who, of course, we have still got to play. We have Marseille today, which in itself is a huge game when you look at the context of things. We have the exact same record as them, bar the goal difference, which, of course, they're going to have better goal difference than us. They beat us 6-1 last time we met. So I'm hoping that today we're going to get a bit of revenge, leapfrog Marseille, maybe, just maybe, start targeting the spots that Bordeaux and Nancy hold in the league in terms of Europa League football, because realistically, they're not that far ahead of us now, and obviously we beat Bordeaux last time. We've proven some quality. I'm hoping we're going to keep doing that. Unfortunately, at the top of the table, Lyon have fallen off the pace. Of course, they lost to us. But yeah, PSG just don't lose, it turns out. So poor Lyon looking like they are going to finish second once more. Anyway, let's get into the first game of today's doubleheader. As I said, it's against Marseille. We are at home. This is the team we're going to go with. And the great news is, for the first time in a very, very long time, we have what I consider our best 11. Tomov making his live commentary debut in goal. I'm expecting big performances from you, Nicolai. Big performances. In the defence, sorry, we've got Marlon Adriano and Marsden, both players who, well, have just been flourishing as of late, to be fair. They've kicked off a lovely, beautiful relationship at centre-back, which I'm hoping is going to be here for the long haul. I love the fact that they are both super consistent players, both players as well, with a lot of potential. I'm optimistic for the future that we've got our centre-back partnership nailed. At left-back, Hayden. He's back, everyone. He's been injured non-stop this season. And, well, he's back today. I mean, party. Get a party out there. Galvez at right back has been out a little bit just as of late. He twisted his knee, was out for a couple of days with that. That was in the game against Lyon. In the midfield, I am going to go with Kene and Simmons. I have experimented with other players there. You saw Proper get a goal against Lyon for the win. He came on off the bench to play Segundo Volante. But ultimately, I feel like these two players just offer us so much defensively, and particularly with the way we like to commit men up the field. You know, the inside forwards are getting forward, the complete wing-backs are getting forward. Just having two centre-mids who are very, very capable of winning the ball, very good defensively, really helps strike some balance into the team. Anyway, midfield, we've got Huskaric, who only has 1 goal and 1 assist to his name in 5 appearances so far. I guess he hasn't quite hit the ground running, but he's not been putting in bad performances by any means. You can see an average rating of 7.12. Elsewhere, we've got Lopez, who I talked about before. He's got 11 goals to his name. He's doing very, very well as a shadow striker. I think he's found his calling in life. Ari, who is over a lot of our set pieces, has been superb. 9 assists, 5 goals. Doesn't really get the credit he deserves, the former Barcelona man. Yeah, that first half of kind of his time at the club was the second half of last season. He did okay then. He's already eclipsed those numbers. Obviously, he played significantly more matches. But yeah, just a player who very, very consistently performs for us. And this year has added assists to his game, which is a big bonus. Anyway, up front, we've got Sesko, who got that hat-trick against Monaco. 12 goals in 21. You know what? I'm pretty darn happy with that. A 7.47 average rating as well. He's done the business for us, even if he has declined a little bit in training as of late. And well, let's get into this. We're taking on Marseille. They embarrass me so much. I've dreamt of this day, dreamt of this revenge. If we lose to them, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. We're going to hope that we can get a win. Just looking at their team. Now, Belkir here was the guy who caused us all kinds of problems last time we met. Yeah, he's quite good, isn't he? Yeah, he's capped for France's national team. He's 21. 4 goals in 3 national team appearances. He's very, very quick. In fact, he's a pacey hitman. So we have got to be a little bit wary of him. Ortega also up front alongside him. A little bit of a little and large strike partnership, but a very good player technically. It's going to be a big day for Marsden and Marlon Adriano. Both players 1 booking away from a suspension. I have a sneaking suspicion that one of them probably won't make it through this game unscathed, and that we might go into the game against Rennes, the second game of today's episode, minus one of our kind of first choice centre-backs. Although Rennes are in 19th, this is the real challenge. Would I be happy with a draw here? I feel like if they hadn't beaten us 6-1, I'd be happy with a draw here. Because of what happened last time we met, a draw's not enough. The world is not enough. I want a 6-1 win in our revenge. Can we get it? We'll find out here. Lopez, number 10, coming down the right-hand side. Options in the middle, whips it in. Huskaric is there. 9 minutes gone. From one inside forward to the other. And, well, I was just talking about Huskeric maybe starting a little bit slowly. Only 1 goal in 5, I said. Make that 2 in 6. Really good start. Galvez, quick throw down the line. Lopez finding acres of space. Gets to the byline. Crosses it in. You wondered if Sesko was going to be there, but no, it was Huskeric, who leapt like a salmon, stung like a bee. Marseille, well, I don't think we're going to get 6 against them. I don't know where I was going with that rhyme. I feel like there was another line to the rhyme, but I'm not a poet. And, well, as I perhaps predicted, Marlon Adriano has, unfortunately, he's picked up a booking. I'm gonna pretend that I didn't expect that to happen, although I absolutely did. Perhaps not after 25 minutes, but no, as long as they're not having chances, it's fine by me. I mean, the last highlight started with a throw-in. Will this one start with a throw-in? Maybe. Well, it has. So, Hayden forward to Xavi Simons, who switches the play over to Ari. Has got Galvez on the overlap. Loads of space for him to work in. Can he bring it forward? No, he gets dispossessed. And we do have to be a little wary of when our complete wing-backs commit forward. A big ball over the top, into that space they vacate. But, well, we've got possession again here. What can we do? Hayden, where are you going? He whips it in. Sesko underneath it. A weird diving. What was their defender? That was a weird animation that played Football Manager. We've worked it through. Ari, oh my word. What a goal. What a 1-2. I've seen Siemens come under some, I want to say, criticism in the comment section. There's some people who aren't buying into the Siemens dream. Let me tell you now, I mean, he's superb. This little give and go, though, by Ari, they are on the same wavelength. That ball into space splits open the Marseille defence. 2.5. Can we make it 3? Can we make it 3? That's what I've been dreaming of. But regardless of what happens now, we've already put in a better performance than last time we met them. And I think this is a sign of the progress we've made. We've obviously tweaked the system quite a bit. We've kind of got a team that's gelling now. And we just look really good, if I'm being honest. I feel like we've got the quality in the team. We just weren't showing it in the first half of the year. I feel like Marlon Adriano and Marsden at centre-back have really hit it off and, complement each other. Obviously, big to have both our left-back and first-choice right-back today as they have a chance. And Tomov, oh my word, the big Bulgarian beast from the east. What a save. What a save. Manchester United do not know what they're missing out on. And he saved another. He could be making a name for himself here. Okay, let's not get too carried away just yet. Although, Ari, where's Marsden? He scores these. Okay, he's headed that. You've seen the highlights of the previous games. You can't blame me for just expecting a goal to go in there. 2-0 at the break, though. Have to be very happy. Tomov didn't have a great deal to do in goal, but some huge stops there. That reflex save was massive. I feel like he could be a big difference maker in the second half this season. You can see both Marsden and Adriano now both on bookings, and Hayden as well. I mean, it's fine because I didn't want any of my back four available for the next game. Sesko's been a bit quiet today. I'm going to take him off for Kofi. Hayden on a booking scares me. I'm going to bring in Olawale at left back, who hasn't wowed me, I will be honest, this season, Olawale. He's looked like he's had a mistake in him, but I've got to keep the faith in him, the Nigerian, that he's going to be able to do it for us. Anyway, Siemens tries to pick out Olawale. Wasn't the best ball forward, although Marlon Adriano reads it. Ball deep in Marseille territory. They're looking to play out from the back. We're looking to, well, press a little bit. We're not looking to overly, close down the space high up the pitch. If we win it, great. But the way that we're set up to play, especially with the kind of more defensive sentiment, it's really just to hit teams on the counter. We're looking to sucker teams forward a bit like this and then leave ourselves lots of avenues and lots of space and channels to get the ball forward into. And it's worked pretty well for the most part, although we are going to maybe be in some trouble here as Awu brings it forward. That is completely on Huskeric to pick up his man there. Lots of blocking. I mean, it's heroic defending. We'll take it. We will take it. It's still only 2-0. I'll tell you what, Marseille are going to feel mad that they haven't scored one of these chances. Players blocking shot after shot. Tomov had that one covered. They've had 4 clear-cut chances. In a weird way, I feel like they've played better this game than they did last time they played us. Anyway, we're looking to play the ball out from the back. I have recently added on an instruction to basically distribute to deep line playmaker or to playmaker, but obviously in our system it's Simmons. So he does like to drop short like we saw there as the ball's played forward, and Tomov, another save for his Arsenal. I think he's only made 2 saves from the 5 clear-cut chances. The rest of the effort's blocked, but I am not going to complain. This has been a good defensive performance. Body's been thrown on the line. Marseille's finishing perhaps questionable. But I would still like another. I'm not convinced 2-0 is going to be enough. Ari forward here hits it straight at the keeper who tips it out for a corner. 20 minutes left. 2 goals to the good. We look pretty good. I'm happy with this, but another would be nice, wouldn't it? Marsden was close to it, but didn't quite get to it. Kofi from range. A little ambitious. A little ambitious, even for my own liking, unfortunately, that one. Smashed over the crossbar. And, 10 minutes left. I don't want to say it's job done yet because we saw the game against Bordeaux previously, but I'm feeling pretty good about things here. I'm going to bring in Blaise out on the left-hand side. Worth noting, obviously, Julian Blaise out on loan at us from Napoli. We've actually got him on loan until the end of next season because we extended his loan at the start of the year. I mean, Marsden scored now. I was wondering when it was going to happen. There you go. 6 goals for the season. I think 5 of them have come in the last month. I don't know what's changed. Barry, what have you learnt? Has Hugo Robert been giving you one-to-one tutoring sessions or something? We're 3-0 up against Marseille. It's not full-on revenge. It's pretty good. Just to go back to the Blaise point, I've been trying to not over-rely on Blaise because we've got him loaned in, but it's nice to give him the odd game here and there. Marsden picks up man of the match, an 8.3 rating. That was special. Nobody gave us a hope in heaven. And, we've gone revenge. It's not full-blown revenge, but we're now into the Europa League spots for what I think is the first time ever. Granted, a few teams have games in hand. I kind of just want to pretend they don't exist and not acknowledge those games that are going to be going on Sunday. But in the interest of fairness, I will just continue so we see those results come in. But we will jump forward to the Rem game because I'm just going to be mashing continue for 2 or 3 minutes. And that ain't particularly entertaining viewing. I haven't got a great deal else to tell you because it's only been 4 matches since we were last here. But I had to do that game and I'm very glad we did. It would have felt anticlimactic had I played forward to the Toulouse game as planned, come back and gone, yeah, we beat Marseille 3-0. It would have been disastrous not to see it, let's be honest. Anyway, the big games to keep an eye on are going to be Nancy and Bordeaux's games. They are the 2 teams that we're actually keeping an interest in. And actually, I didn't even realise this, they are playing each other. A draw is probably the best result here, or a Nancy win. They're the results that are optimal. If Bordeaux win, it's not the end of the world by any means. It's too early to be staring at results hoping. You can see Nancy have won, so they've now leapfrogged us and knocked Bordeaux's goal difference down low enough that we actually maintain our 6th place. But, well, you can see how tight things are here. I don't want to dream too far ahead to looking up at Lille, who are 9 points ahead of us. But right now, Europa League seems pretty doable. Obviously, our end to the season run is not easy by any means, but we have played a lot of the teams in and around us. And actually looking at it, we've got Lille in 4th on the horizon as well as Nantes in 3rd. As I said, I feel like they're a little out of reach. A confidence-building result, though, against Rennes would be very nice. And, let's see how we get on for it. Let's do this. I'm ready. I hope you are too. Okay guys, so we are back here for the second game of today's episode, but you might notice on screen it is not the game against Reims or Reims. I lied. I'm sorry. We're playing Lille. I looked at the league table. I thought, what is the point in doing a live com against the team in 19th when we take on the team in 3rd today? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take on Lille and see how we get on. You might wonder, how did you get on against the team who are 19th, Jack? Fantastic question. Editing Jack, roll the highlights. We won it 3-1. Of course, we were without our first choice centre-backs because they were both suspended. We were a little bit wobbly at the back and Byrne made a horrific error for their early goal. The good news is for us that in this game we fought back. 2 goals before half-time, both fall in the way of Sesko. The first, well, they had their own defensive error and Sesko capitalised. And then the second goal of the game for us, a big ball over the top to Sesko. A tidy little finish for each of these though, not freebies by any means. In the second half we did grab one further goal. It was Kofi on off the bench, a thunderous effort by him that found the top corner. A good little win, which as you can see leaves us on 45 points with 11 games left of the season. It's still very, very competitive looking at these Europa League spots, but at least right now we sit in one. You can see Metz beat Nancy in the early kickoff today, so they are now in contention as well. And 3 points separate 6 teams. It's still very much anyone's to play for. There is part of me that wants to dream of catching the likes of Nantes and Lille, but realistically, we've got to win this game here against Lille at home to even have a hope or a dream of that. And it's just dawned on me that I didn't continue to the day of the match. Well done, Jack. You've done a good job there. But yeah, it's going to be a big game for us, as you can tell by this mistake. Clearly the nerves are getting to me. Clearly I'm just not fit to manage. Although, worth noting, I think Bordeaux have just played early. They have, and they've just won. So that puts pressure on us. They came back from behind to beat Saint Etienne. You can see Nantes are taking on Reims, who we just beat 3-1. You would expect them to win that game. Elsewhere in the league, no other games besides this one that we need to worry about today. Let's try and get a result. Lille have won all of their last 5 games. We are unbeaten in 9 matches going into this. And the great news for us is it's a full strength 11. No nonsense going on here. That said, I think I'm going to drop Huskaric for this game for Kofi. Just because Kofi scored in the most recent game. He's been in some pretty good form off the bench. I want to give him a start today. Let's see what the hometown hero can do for us. A player who... I feel like last year was kind of not a disappointment, but didn't match our expectations. Still have high hopes for him. I feel like we forget that Kofi is still only a teenager. He is without doubt one of our most talented players. And he's shown that on off the bench as of late after a slow start to the year. So we're going to give him a second chance today. Hopefully, we're going to come through this game with another win. We've been in a really, really good run of form. Taking on teams like Lille, we've looked pretty imposing. That's certainly what we're going to hope for today. As Galvez has a long throw, throws it forward towards Sesko, who flicks it on. It hits the woodwork. Kofi completely misread the ball there and couldn't get to the rebound. An early chance in our favour, an early set piece, something that we are trying to make more of, I suppose. We've got, obviously, Marsden, who's superb in the air and has been scoring corners for fun. Sesko in himself is just kind of a bit of a weapon up front for us. He's an extremely tall player, and he's quite good on those long throws, as we saw there. Anyway, half an hour gone. It's hardly been a classic so far, but what I would say is despite struggling to have much of the ball, we are the team having all the chances. We are the team catching Lille out on the break. And, well, we have the ball here as the highlight begins. Marsden with it at the back, going all the way back to Tomov. I'm trying to remember if we've ever had a Bulgarian footballer before in a Football Manager save on the channel. I don't think we have. Maybe if I have, please let me know. I can't remember them. Some of you guys seem to remember my save games better than me, though. So maybe I'm just mistaken. Anyway, Ari inside to Siemens. Going back to now to Marlon Adriano. Nice playing of the ball here. Considering we've not had a lot of possession, this kind of extended highlight showing us knocking around the ball is quite nice to witness. Galvez with space down the line. Ari is ahead. He plays through Ari. Options queuing up in the middle, including Sesko. And Kofi is there. That's why we've put him in there. Not too dissimilar to the goal that we scored previously last game. Ari from the right side, finding his partner in crime, the opposite inside forward. I love this ball through by Galvez here. Could have easily ran to the byline and put in a cross. Looked to get it into the box instead. And then Kofi on the volley. That was pretty nice technique, wasn't it? Makes it 1-0 in this game just before half-time. And I'll tell you what, if we win this game here, I feel really good after the start of the year that we had. There was a month period where I felt like I just couldn't get anything working. We couldn't get anything going. Obviously, the system has changed a fair bit throughout the year. We've stopped trying to play possession-based football. We are looking to get the ball forward quickly, looking to sit deep with our midfield to create that space to then counter into. And well, against Lille so far, it appears to be working. We look pretty blooming good here as Galvez gets it forward towards Lopez. Great touch by him who hits it. Oh my word, Lopez. I have no idea how he's got that in at the near post, but it's his 13th of the season. And it's a really nice goal. And Galvez gets an assist, and he probably deserves that. He was massively involved in the first goal. He is now officially, on the... Well, in the history books, it'll be recognised he made a contribution. He was imperative in the first goal, even more so in that goal. But Lopez's finish was kind of the be-all and end-all there, wasn't it? I'm going to get a bit shouty with the players. Sesko's been quiet today. I want to try Huskaric in at striker, because he is a player who's very, very capable of playing as an advanced forward. Like, he can definitely do that role. So I kind of want to see what he can do there. Kene's been a little bit quiet today, so I think we may even take him off for proper, just for the sake of a little bit of rotation. At 2 goals up with 20 minutes left, I feel pretty good based on what we've seen here. I don't feel like we're in danger, although if Lille score here, maybe then I having to worry. Oh, we don't want another Bordeaux situation. Not today, Football Manager. Not today, please. 80 minutes gone. One last shout to demand more, but, well, time is trickling away. And barring a very, very late comeback by Lille, we should get the win here. That said, the wind is bringing the ball forward and plays it through to Mousset, who hits it. Tomov is there. I mean, Tomov could be about to get another clean sheet. It would have been offside anyway. Keeper didn't know that. And, Tomov can get a clean sheet. The reality is Lille had 2 shots on target all game, and we just absolutely bullied them. Very, very happy with that. That is a huge result for us. You can see here, Nantes have just drawn their game against Rennes. I am conscious of the fact that our next game is against Nantes, but I'm not going to do it in a live com just because we've done so many matches in quick succession. Although 5 points away from them, I will start to speculate and start to hope, but with 10 games left, still plenty of football still to be played. I'm pretty happy with how we're doing though. We look really good on the pitch, a convincing win here against Lille. Just looking at our upcoming games, as I said, we've got this game against Nantes, which I'm not going to do. It's a bit annoying, but the way the fixtures line up just makes it awkward. Toulouse was a game I was going to do, but we're not going to do because we've just done the 2 games today. Looking further ahead, we've got Nice, Stade Rennais, Nancy here in 9th, Angers in 16th, Saint-Etienne, Brest and Nîmes to end the year. I'll tell you what, we've got quite a nice run of games here. There are not many teams left to take on in the top half. Nantes in 4th, and then I think Nancy in 9th, besides PSG on the final day. They are the only teams we've got in the top half. So with 10 games left of the year, 7 of them against teams that we should be beating. That makes me feel a little calmer about things. In terms of when we'll be back, I'm not entirely sure yet. We may come back from the Nancy game. I may even come back towards the tail end of the season, maybe for a longer live com special. Yeah, we're in a bit of a weird predicament right now where it's still very, very competitive. It may well be that we come back for the Nancy game and it is just naturally a shorter episode because there's a little less going on. But at the moment, that looks like it could be the kind of season-defining game in terms of where we're going to end up. But anyway, that's tomorrow's problem to worry about. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, guys. If you have, please do drop a like on it. We will be back again tomorrow. As always, it is me, Jack. I hope you enjoyed the doubleheader, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.